Hey there, good people. What's going on? Today, I'll be doing a couple of fragrance reviews and one list, and I'll be doing the first episode here. It's gonna be this new house that is getting some talk in the town as well as internationally, which is called Rehaan. Okay, I'm thinking that's the name because aromatics name. He said it like that, but in Bangladesh, we would say something like Rayhaan. Okay, so whatever is the correct way. So a little bit of a backdrop on this is that this house I recently discovered through Aromatic Snip, and I reviewed a couple of fragrances from this line, which are these ones, Pacific and Ocean Rush. So in this line, they have quite a few fragrances in their website, and this is, you can say, also a sub brand of Rasasi, or they are the same owners. So quality of this fragrance house is something like Rasasi's. Okay, you can assume that. And the thing I forgot to mention in my review of Ocean Rush, that this fragrance was, I think, made by Alberto Morias, who is the master perfumer who made a lot of fragrances for the industry. So I'm not quite sure about these two. So today I'll be doing two fragrances, initial impression on one video, Imperia Intense for him, and also I think this is called Corium for him as well. Okay, so Gorium or Corium, I think is C. Yes, C, Corium. So these two are like you can say a little bit of sweet on the sweeter side, nighttime wearing, similar to some things in market. One is very obvious, other one little bit, not so obvious. So we'll talk about it. Thank you so much, the brand, for sending this my way, and big thanks to Fragrantica Bangladesh who sent it to me earlier yesterday. So I thank both of them. So you can find this fragrance in Bangladesh. Fragrantica Bangladesh is bringing them. So far, they're the first ones to bring them. So you can get it from them if you want to buy. The price range is very, very affordable. I think within $25 or less. So let's see what you get. So this one, first one I'm going to talk about is Imperia collection. This is a different line than the Aqua, and they have the leather collection, some oud. I'm not quite sure. There are 3 to 4 lines. This one, it's called Imperia Intense for him, Rehan, EDP, all the information. It looks like a typical Arabic box, like a traditional box, not much going on there. And basically, you find the Arabic writings and all that. So this is how the box looks. The one nice thing I like about this house, when they make presentations, there's this nice cut here. You can open it up, and the name shows. Very nice use of like technique, So this thing is easy for you to take out, and then also good to look at. So the bottle here is just like, I think they follow the uniform bottle on each fragrance, but they give different coloration. So the name is like this. Back has that calligraphy writings, very nice. And the bottle looks, I think it's dark bottle, looks like Bleu Chanel a little bit. At the base, you find the batch code. The cap, it's like not magnetic. It's these caps are plastic, and this very light cap, not heavy cap. It doesn't have click, but good grip. So I'm wearing this on my left hand. Let me respray. The dry down, yeah, it's there. Sprayer is good distribution, very effortless. So I think, if you get their perfumes, there sometimes, a little bit affordable fragrances, they have cheaper sprayers, so that is kind of annoying. Sometimes doesn't give out so much distribution, sometimes bursts from the opening, so it doesn't really have good distribution. These ones are good for distribution. So let us settle down. Okay, this is all liquid. I always suggest to you, whenever there's perfume sprayed on your skin, let it settle down, let that water disappear, or the whatever the liquid. So otherwise, if any alcohol in the opening, it will hit your nose and it will disturb your system, and you might feel uncomfortable. Okay, so let it settle down. So this one, when I tried for the first time, I was not quite sure. I was told that this is something like inspired by Armani's code, and when I smelled it, it did give me a little bit of the sweetness as well as some other fragrances. It reminded me of dry down. So here, okay, now I think it's reaching that oil. Okay, now it's the second phase, is oily phase. It's gonna stay about like 25 minutes like that, then it will go hit the dry down. So at this point, the opening is very, very sweet. It's definitely sweet fragrance. It reminds me not only Armani's code, I have reviewed that. It also reminds me of Pakroban 1 million a little bit. It's very sweet, it's very playful, and I did say it was something similar to perhaps I don't know, something I know, like maybe Bad Boy by Carolina Herrera. A little bit of that sweetness. This is very familiar kind of a party going, sweet, playful night out fragrance. It reminds me of that, and it's pretty nice, citrusy sweetness, more sweet than citrus. And I think there's a fair amount of maybe amber. I don't have notes breakdown on this. Maybe amber, mild suede leather, which reminds me of something like 1 million, but it's not a straight up 1 million clone. So at this point in the opening, I did not get that much of Armani's coat, to be honest. Armani's coat is a powdery tonka beans leather kind of fragrance, and that fragrance has definitely very noticeable that powdery dry down, and that fragrance has, I think, a little bit of a tobacco. This one is not giving me any of that, but I think the perfume has a lot of fruity notes to it, very fruity, maybe blood orange or something like grapefruit up top. So sweetness, citrus, a little bit of amber, maybe mandarin orange. So this is a very fruity, mild, dark fragrance, and I think this will be good for occasions. Maybe there's a little bit of a hint of cardamom somewhere. This is in the same ballpark as something like La Nuit de l'Homme, minus the heavy like cardamom, or something like Halloween Man House. It has sweetness to that. The owner, Mr. Khalid, told me to keep my reviews honest and to my like frank judgment, not to say everything is good or something like that. So I'm just saying what I like or don't like. So this one I think is a good, easy to like fragrance, and it has a little bit of those pakoraban sweetness, like black excess, a little bit. So it's a mix of it. It drew inspiration from many fragrances, but I cannot say it's a pinpoint clone of anything. Definitely not Armani's code. But if you like fragrances like those I mentioned, night out sweet fragrances minus heavy vanilla, this is the fragrance you can try. This is going to be very easy life for people because this is a very known DNA. But to be honest, out of the two, this is my less favorite. And the next one is going to be Corium. That one is something serious. This one I would say 7.5 out of 10, my humble judgment. I'm trying to be critical and I'm trying to be like saying what I like. Initial impression, I give it 7.5. It's a solid fragrance, but if you want, if you have already a lot of sweet fragrances, night out fragrances, perhaps you can skip it. It's not totally unique. Second one I'm gonna go is that fragrance. This line, this particular one, I had serious interest in. Okay, and this one you can see the suede texture. It's kind of like gives you a leather vibe, and I think this is the leather. Is it leather line? Yeah, leather collection. Kind of looks like a pouch or a wallet they use. Box looks nice, and this is also 100 ml, and this is called Corium for him, EDP concentration. All of them are EDP concentration, but this one really means business, and I'll tell you why. It says the name of the house and the side Arabic writings, and then there's a kind of like a stitching, but this is just like all printed. It's not really real stitch. It's okay, it doesn't matter, and it opens up like that, just like the other Rehaan boxes. Okay, the bottle is, I think, is the uniform bottle. I mean, everything is the same size, or maybe, yeah, it's the same almost, but they gave a little bit different look to the bottle with the suede wrap around. And this ones I think are proper stitching. Okay, and you're gonna get this bottle, and whenever you see leather wrap, the bottles look automatically more premium. I think these are a little bit more expensive than the other line, Aqua line or this line. Okay, this is maybe $2-3 or $4 more. So I don't know about the price on this. The cap again, plastic, but this one is not painted like that golden. So this one looks better in my humble opinion, but these caps are not very heavy caps. Okay, so the atomizer, I'll show you. I'm wearing this here in my right hand. Okay, that is amazing. Okay, look at the atomizer once again. Quality of the atomizer, it shoots like literally like more than my camera is covering right now, so I'm definitely very happy. So you can pick up the bottle by the cap. It's snug fit. So this one is my favorite out of the two, and so far my most favorite from the line. I reviewed now, including this, total 4. Tomorrow I'll get one more from the Aqua line. We'll see how that goes, but this so far has been the best. Okay, for men, this is something. If you let's once again let the liquid disappear. If you like fragrances like Armani Stronger with You Oud, Armani Stronger with You Intensely, absolutely, and then Armani Stronger with You Leather. I don't know where I kept my leather bottle, but that and the Oud are kind of close, but I really love that line. Super expensive. Armani Stronger With You line is super expensive, nothing below 75 bucks. So this one, if it's let's say $25, what you're gonna get? First thing you're gonna get is performance. Okay, I'll talk about the similarity to those fragrances, but performance is very impressive. I put it on my skin, and it's an extreme test, because on my skin, if you really notice, I don't have really like a oily skin. Okay, at this moment it's the perfume that's oily, but normally people have blessed skin, like some ladies or some gents, they have more smooth and kind of oily nice skin. My skin is kind of dry, so I really constantly apply lotion or some other stuff to stay away from rough skin. But if a fragrance can last up to 4 to 5 hours on me, on my skin, which is very unlikely, I call that fragrance a beast mode, because that's the test for me. And if, let's say, I put it on before I go to sleep, I wake up, I can still smell it, that is beast mode. This one right here, Corium, okay, this is borderline beast mode. I would tell it's like about 8.5 out of 10 for performance. Very solid performer, not 10 of 10. 10 of 10 would be Armani Stronger With You Oud or something like leather. But imagine those are 10, this is 8.5. Okay, that is impressive for the price bracket. It's like one third, no, one fourth of the price or even cheaper. And that price point, this is already a good fragrance to consider. So now, how does it smell? Most important thing, this smells amazing. This fragrance, good lord, I did not expect it. I will tell you honestly speaking, I would happily pay $45 for this perfume, happily. Okay, why? Because it smells expensive. It smells like really beautiful. You smell that chestnut, you smell that whatever is in there, Stronger With You line, the sweetness, but at the same time, you're getting some like a dark. I can smell a little bit of apple in there. I don't know why. There's this fruity chestnut, apple, and a little bit of a smoke. There's a vanilla, a little bit of a leather, a little bit of a not oud, but something in there which is making this fragrance kind of like if you smell it, you'll think like, oh, Parfum de Marly, maybe, or like latent exclusive or something like Herod. It will give you that feel. Another feel I get from this fragrance, if you know Hugo Boss the scent Private Accord, that one also has a chestnut or something like a nutty sweetness. So this is also remind me of that kind of fragrance, or by the fireplace, it's in that ballpark. And that's what makes this fragrance so great. This is going to be an amazing fragrance for winter. I just love this. This is so gorgeous. Okay, I cannot tell you, it's a beautiful gourmand. Perhaps it has something like a vanilla at the base, or something like a suede. Definitely there's a suede, it's a suede line, it's a leather tone. And then maybe a hint of spices, but the sweetness really doesn't let the spices burn your nose. So it's a perfect balance, well blended, sweet, spicy, lavender. It's a kind of like, if you remove this from this scenario, this is way better than this fragrance. Okay, the quality wise, longevity wise, depth wise, this one feels, the opening is a little bit not so robust. It's like kind of fragrance you can buy from many other brands, but the quality of this fragrance, it's gonna be a bit tough. Like in this price range, I don't think many other fragrance houses would offer this. It's a very nice perfume. I love Leighton. I love Stronger With You, the whole line. I do love Private Accord by Hugo Boss. If you love those, if you're a fan of those, in short, this is a fragrance you must pick up. Don't sleep on this. This is a good fragrance. This is going to be one of their top sellers, in my humble opinion. And I would love to see other reviewers talk about this house, then you get better idea. But to my nose, this is as close as it gets to Stronger With You, oud and leather. If you love those, you can try this. Okay, amazing fragrance. Another fragrance I would say, Luxodor. This is a dupe of I think the what's the fragrance? I just said it. Parfum de Marly Leighton. So Loyal Lager is known to be one of the best. If you know the quality of this perfume, Rehaan is offering that quality too. Longevity is very good. I give this fragrance a 9 out of 10. Okay, 9. Very generous for me. And this fragrance definitely will be perhaps one of their top sellers. Really nice. I mean, the oil in these both fragrances are very shiny and impressive. Longevity is very good. The projection, one thing I would want to say, projection is I got about 1 hour and 20 minutes or 15 minutes like that, and that's quite loud. After that, what you're gonna get from this is like when you go outdoors and stuff, maybe it's gonna be a little bit not as beast. It will be like something like 7.5 after 1.5 hours. So at that price point, I wouldn't complain. Just go heavy on the trigger or reapply. This is going to be a good fragrance for upcoming winter. Okay, so there you go, the initial impression on both these fragrances. Tomorrow maybe I'll do a couple more. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Let's do one more video. Take care.